嗨，大家好，我是李一峰老师，欢迎来到李一峰 CFA FRM 教室。这是我的学历与专业证照考试资历，欢迎新朋友仔细看，我不再赘述。这是我的著作，也欢迎新朋友仔细看，我也不再赘述。今天要讲的是2021年 CFA Level I Portfolio Management 投资组合管理，这个科目占考试权重 5% 到 8%。 今天要讲的是技术分析，它是属于 CFA Level I 2021年教材的第56个 Reading。 那我们要讲的是 56.a 的考纲。这个考纲说 This reading has introduced the investment tools known as technical analysis。 他说本文它是介绍投资工具，就是我们熟知的技术分析。 Among the points made are the following。 那么下列就是它的重点。第一个重点考纲 56.a 是 Explain principles of technical analysis, its applications and its underlying assumptions。 它要你解释技术分析的原则，它的应用以及它的对应假设。那么它的第一个摘要，他说 Technical analysis is a form of security analysis that uses price and volume market data, often graphically displayed。 他说技术分析是一种证券分析的形式，那么它使用的是市场上的价格资料以及交易量资料，那常常都是用图形来呈现。那么第二个摘要他说 Technical analysis can be used for any freely traded security in the global market and is used on a wide range of financial instruments such as equities, bonds, commodity futures and currency futures。 他说技术分析可以用在全球市场上任何自由交易的证券，而且用在广泛范围的金融工具，类似像是股票、债券、商品期货及货币期货。第三个摘要 Technical analysis is the study of market trends or patterns and relies on recognition of patterns that have worked in the past in an attempt to predict future security prices。 他说技术分析是在研究市场趋势或市场的类型，而且都是依赖过去有用的过去已经完成的所认列的这个类型然后试图要来预测未来的证券价格。 Technicians believe that market trends and patterns repeat themselves and are somewhat predictable because human behavior tends to repeat itself and is somewhat predictable。 他说技术分析师相信市场趋势与市场类型自己会重复，而且多少是可以预测的，因为人类的行为倾向于会重复，而且有时候是可以预测的。那么第四个摘要他说 Another tenet of technical analysis is that the market brings together the collective wisdom of multiple participants, weights it according to the size of the trades they make, and allows analysts to understand this collective sentiment。 他说另外一个技术分析的宗旨是市场把各种参与者的集合式的智慧结合在一起，然后是根据他们交易量的大小来权重，而且允许分析师来了解这个集合式的情绪。 Technical analysis relies on knowledgeable market participants putting this knowledge to work in the market and thereby influencing prices and volume。 他说技术分析都是依赖这些有知识的这些市场参与者， 把他们的知识呢就是发挥功能在市场上面发挥功能，因此呢就会影响到价格跟交易量。第5个摘要 Technical analysis and fundamental analysis are equally useful and valid, but they approach the market in different ways. 他说技术分析跟基本分析呢，他们都是相同的有用而且有效，但是呢他们呢是以不同的方式来分析市场。Technical analysis focuses solely on analyzing markets and the trading of financial instruments, whereas fundamental analysis is a much wider-ranging field encompassing financial and economic analysis as well as analysis of societal and political trends. 他说技术分析只着重在分析金融工具的市场与交易，但是呢基本分析呢是一个更广泛范围的研究那么这个分析呢就包括了财务经济的分析，金融财务经济的分析，以及呢社会或者是还有呢就是政治趋势的分析。第6个摘要他说Technical analysis relies primarily on information gathered from market participants that is expressed through the interaction of price and volume. 他说技术分析只依赖从市场参与者收集到的资讯那么是透过价格跟交易量的互动来表示。Fundamental analysis relies on information that is external to the market, for example, economic data,Company financial information in an attempt to evaluate the security's value relative to its current price. 那么基本分析呢，它就依赖呢是市场以外的资讯例如经济的资料啦、公司的财务资讯啦然后试图来评估证券的相对于当前价格的价值。第7个摘要他说 The usefulness of technical analysis is diminished.By any constraints on the security being freely traded by large outside manipulation of the market and illiquid markets. 所以呢，技术分析的有用性会受到限制，而它会减少它的有用性。它什么样的限制呢？就是限制证券的自由交易，然后呢是在市场外呢有大幅的外部操控以及不具流动性的市场所限制。我们看完课本338页，它的标题是2 Technical Analysis Definition and Scope。 他说技术分析的定义跟它的范围。Technical analysis is a form of security analysis that uses price and volume data, which is often graphically displayed in decision making. 他说技术分析是一种证券分析的形式，然后他用的呢就是价格的资料跟交易量的资料，而且常常是用图来呈现来做决策。Technical analysis can be used for securities in any freely traded market around the globe. 他说技术分析可以用在全球任何自由交易市场的证券。A freely traded market is one in which willing buyers trade with willing sellers without external intervention or impediment. 他说自由交易的市场呢是一个有意愿的买方跟有意愿的卖方来交易，而不受到外部干预或者外部的限制。Prices are the result of the interaction of supply and demand in real time. 他说这个价格呢是在即时的供需互动的结果。Technical analysis is used on a wide range of financial instruments, including equities, bonds, commodity futures, and currency futures. 他说技术分析是用在广泛的金融工具，包括股票、债券、商品期货及汇率或者是外币货币的期货。好，第一个问题，他说 Technical analysis relies most importantly on， 他说技术分析 依赖最重要的是 A 是 price and volume data，B 是说 accurate financial statements，C 是说 fundamental analysis to confirm conclusions。答案当然是 A 了哈，因为 almost all technical analysis relies on these data inputs。338页啊，他说 The underlying logic of technical analysis is simple。啊，他说技术分析的对应逻辑很简单，有3个。第一个 ，supply and demand determine prices。他说是供需决定价格。第二个 ，changes in supply and demand causes changes in prices。既然是由供需所决定，那么供需的变动当然就会导致价格的变动。第3个 ，prices can be projected with charts and other technical tools。他说我们可以用图来预测价格，还有其他的技术工具来预测价格。338到339页 2.1 的标题，他说 Principles and Assumptions 原则与假设。Technicians believe the trends and patterns tend to repeat themselves and are therefore somewhat predictable。他说技术分析师相信趋势跟类型倾向于自己会重复，所以呢多少可预测。So technicians rely on recognition of patterns that have occurred in the past in an attempt to project future patterns of security prices。他说技术分析师依赖已经在过去发生的类型试图呢来预测证券价格的未来类型。Another tenet of technical analysis is that the market reflects the collective knowledge and the sentiment of many varied participants and the amount of buying and selling activity in a particular security。他说另外一个技术分析的重点呢是市场反映出许多不同参与者的共同集合式的知识与情绪，而且呢这个买卖活动的数量就是特定证券的买卖活动的数量。In a freely traded market, only those market participants who actually buy or sell a security have an impact on price。他说在自由交易的市场只有那些真正买或卖证券的市场参与者会影响价格。第二个问题，他说 Which of the following is not an assumption of technical analysis？ 他说下列哪一个不是技术分析的假设？ A， 他说 Security markets are efficient， 他说证券市场是有效率的。 B， The security under analysis is freely traded。 他说分析的证券呢是自由交易。 C 是说 Market trends and patterns tend to repeat themselves， 市场趋势与类型倾向于自己会重复。答案当然是 A 了他说 Technical analysis works because markets are not efficient and rational and because human beings tend to behave similarly in similar situations or similar circumstances。 他说技术分析所以有用呢，是因为市场没有效率，而且不是理性的，而且因为呢人类倾向于在类似的环境下行为也类似The result is market trends and patterns that repeat themselves and are somewhat predictable。 所以结果呢就是市场趋势跟类型呢自己会重复，而且多少是可以预测的。第340页他说 Other assets such as a bushel of wheat, gallon of crude oil, or ounce of silver do not have underlying financial statements or an income statement, so valuation models cannot be used to derive their fundamental intrinsic values。 那另外的其他的一些资产呢，类似像是这个一单位的小麦，或者1加仑的原油或者1盎司的银他们并没有对应的财务报表或者损益表或者收益的流量所以评价模型无法使用来求出他们的基本面的内涵价值。 For these assets, technical analysis is the only form of analysis possible. 所以对这些资产而言呢，只有这个技术分析是唯一可以分析的。So whereas fundamental analysis is widely used in the analysis of fixed income and equity securities, technical analysis is widely used in the analysis of commodities, currencies, and futures. 所以呢，虽然基本分析呢是广泛的用在固定收益及股票证券的分析，但是呢，技术分析是广泛的使用在商品、货币及期货的分析。第四题，他说 Why is technical analysis especially useful in the analysis of commodities and currencies? 他说为什么技术分析在分析商品与货币特别有用？A. Valuation models cannot be used to determine fundamental intrinsic value for these securities. A 是说无法使用评价模型来决定基本面的这些证券的基本面的内涵价值。B 是说 government regulators are more likely to intervene in these markets. 他说政府主管机关比较可能干预这些市场。C. These types of securities display clearer trends than equities and bonds do. 他说这些证券类型它们展现的趋势呢，比股票与债券所展现的还要更清楚。答案 A 因为 commodities and currencies do not have underlying financial statements or an income stream. Thus, fundamental analysis is useless in determining theoretical values for them or whether they are over or undervalued. 他说商品跟货币呢，并没有对应的财务报表或所得流量，因此呢，基本分析在决定他们的理论价值是没有用的，或者他们是否高估价值或者低估价值是没有用的。第340页到341页 2.2 的标题 Technical and Fundamental Analysis 就是这样，技术分析跟基本分析。Trends and patterns must be in place for some time before they are recognizable. So a key shortcoming of technical analysis is that it can be late in identifying changes in trends or patterns. 他说趋势跟类型一定要已经到位了一段时间才能够被认同。所以呢，技术分析的一个关键缺失呢，他们在找出趋势或类型的变往往都太慢。This shortcoming mirrors a key shortcoming of fundamental analysis in that the securities often overshoot fundamental fair values in an uptrend and undershoot fundamental fair values in a downtrend. 那这个缺失也反映出基本分析的一个关键缺失。那也就是说，证券呢常常在上涨趋势的时候过度反映出基本面的公允价值，而在下跌趋势的时候低估他们的基本面的公允价值。Strictly relying on price targets obtained by fundamental analysis can lead to closing profitable investment positions too early because investors may irrationally bid securities prices well above or well below intrinsic value. 所以他说如果你完全是依赖基本分析来取得目标价格，会导致你平仓获利的投资部位太早。因为投资人他可能是会没有理性的把证券的价格推高过度，或者是推低过度。 内涵价值。第3题，他说 Drawbacks of technical analysis include which of the following？ 他说技术分析的缺点包括下列哪一个 ？A. It identifies changes in trends only after the fact， 事后诸葛就是技术分析它只有在事后才能找出趋势的变动。B. Deviations from intrinsic value can persist for long periods。他说背离内涵价值可以持续一段长期间。C. It usually requires detailed knowledge of the financial instrument under analysis。他说通常会需要深入的知识就是在分析的这个财务报表的深入的知识。那 B 跟 C 其实都是基本分析的缺点。好，那要问的是技术分析的缺点，所以答案就是 A 是事后诸葛。Trends generally must be in place for some time before they are recognizable。就是趋势呢，通常必须是到位以后一段期间才能够被认出来。Thus, some time may be needed for change in trend to be identified。所以需要一些时间才能够找出趋势的变动。今天课程到此结束。See you next time. Bye bye.